show, everyone. All right? Today's December 20th. See what that says? 22 hours ago, okay? So, I guess old Jimmy boy thought we were all sleeping at the wheel, huh?
How?
These guys kill me. I guess once you lie, you can't help yourself.
But back in the day, if you were a drug dealer, you had to be around a wise guy. You had to pay a wise guy, and you were protected by a wise guy. In order to sell drugs, you had to be around a wise guy, and you had to pay.
That's very believable. Now let's get to James's story, and let's hear this bullshit lie he tells. I guess he thought no one was watching. And I guess he thought all the dust settled, so it's okay to lie again. But let's prove how much of a liar Jimmy boy is.
Now, me, Paulie G, Fabrizio, Tommy Reynolds, every so often, I would go out with Fabrizio, Tommy Reynolds, and I would rob drug dealers. This particular day, there was some kid, I don't remember his name. He was on West 10th and Avenue U, and he was selling cocaine. He had a beeper business, and he had some money on him and some cocaine.
It's funny how he doesn't remember the guy's name that he supposedly robbed, but he remembers exactly where it happened. That's one red flag. Let's continue, James.
Joe points him out. He's standing on the corner near a payphone. I pull up with Tommy Reynolds. I grab him, and I threw him in the car. Okay, he was a skinny kid. I just grabbed him. I grabbed him from behind, and I threw him in the car. I said, listen, I want to talk to you. He knew who I was, and I told him, I said, listen, give me all the money. I had a pistol. I said, give me all your fucking money, and give me the drugs. And Tommy Reynolds had a pistol on him, too. Now, the kid's looking at us, and I'm telling him, I said, listen, who are you with? Mention a name. So he don't mention a name to me. Now, usually, back in the day, you would mention a name, because a name will protect you.
Why wouldn't the drug dealer say, I'm with Tommy Karate? And then he wouldn't have got robbed, and it would have been it. He would have called it a day, and that would have been it. But let's hear Jimmy's side of it.
So this kid don't mention no name. I take his beeper, I take his drugs, and I take his money. And I hit him over the head twice with the pistol. Bang, bang. And I kicked him out of the car. That's what I did. I left him on the corner. Next day, I go to Bay 23rd, and I give Paulie Galino the beeper. Okay?
Listen to this part of the story, because right out of a book, it's just like a story out of a book. You're going to tell me that just by pure coincidence this happened, right? But this story is just totally ridiculous. So let's get into the rest of this.
The beeper. I said, Paulie, I said, here's the beeper. And we're in the Tiamo, we're hanging out, and all of a sudden Tommy Karate comes in. Now Tommy Karate goes to the payphone, and when he goes to the payphone, he makes a phone call. As he makes the phone call, the beeper that I just gave Paulie G is beeping. And the payphone number is the Tiamo number. We're saying, Paulie, the callback number is the number where we're at. We're standing in the Tiamo on Bay 23rd and Bed, and this is the callback number. So anyone who just beeped this number, beeped it from the Tiamo. So we call back the number, we walk 2 blocks, we call back the number, and Tommy Karate answers the phone.
Now, what are the chances of this story being true? Come on. It's just ridiculous. Let's continue.
And we go, who's this? He says, this is Tommy. Who's this? Paulie G goes, Tommy, this is Paulie. Oh, Paulie. He said, what's up? He said, you just beeped the number. He said, yeah. He said, is that the beeper you have in your hand right now? And Paulie G says, yes. He said, okay, come meet me on Bay 23rd. So we walk back to the corner, and Tommy's saying, who's the kids who robbed this kid? So Paulie G tells him it was Jimmy and Tommy Reynolds. He said, okay. He said, and so Paulie G's telling him, he said, Tommy, he said, this must be a misunderstanding. We had the kid in the car. Jimmy had the kid in the car with Tommy. They kept on pressing him. Who you would. The kid never mentioned nobody's name. If the kid would have mentioned your name, we would have stopped it right there. We would have let the kid out of the car. And you know what? This would never even happen.
Well, right there, I think what really would have happened, Tommy Karate would have said, who's Jimmy? Because we all know Tommy Karate did not know who Jimmy was.
Why? That the kid was around Tommy. Okay? So we tell Tommy, he said, Tommy, I apologize. I didn't know he was with you. He says, okay, Jimmy. He says, no problem. He said, the kid was supposed to mention my name. He says, okay, Jimmy. He says, no problem. He said, the kid was supposed to mention my name.
Now, you heard what he just said. He said, Tommy said, okay, Jimmy. The kid was supposed to mention my name. In other words, Jimmy's making it sound as if Tommy Karate directly spoke to Jimmy here, right? Okay.
He would have mentioned your name. Believe me, I would have given back the people, the drugs, the money. I probably would have even given some of my money. Say, hey, give this to Tommy and tell him I said hi. Okay.
Again, Tommy Pitera would have said, who's Jimmy? And why is he giving me money? Tommy Karate, Tommy Pitera, didn't know shit about this guy, all right? And we're going to prove it once again, all right? This is for the people in the back that didn't hear the letter the last time. This guy is crazy. I guess the dust settled. He thought it was okay to just come on and tell another Tommy Karate lie, boy. Anything for a view. Now let's go back 4 months ago. And here the letter Tommy Karate wrote to a person that bought one of Tommy's paintings. Tommy Pitera, aka Tommy Karate, wrote this letter to the person and said, get this letter to Rob from Convict Inc. So let's listen to the letter again. I love this letter, it's great.
I got this on 8/8/22. It says, first off, I want to thank you for buying one of my self-portraits. It's greatly appreciated. Yes, I did time with Robert Rosso. He's a great guy. As for this Jimmy Calandra, I don't know this Jimmy Calandra. Yes, he's from the neighborhood, but look at the age difference. I'm like 15 years older than this Jimmy Calandra. If I ran into him on the street, it would be something like, hey kid, how you doing? Yet he comes up with these beyond ridiculous stories. In New York, you have to be legally 21 to drink alcohol, yet Jimmy Calandra claims he came prancing into this expensive restaurant, observes myself, John Gotti, and Sammy the Bull sitting at a table, and sends us over an expensive bottle of champagne.
Now remember, when Calandra paid Schmiegel the money to go hang out with him, and Schmiegel gave him his little 10-minute video and abused him, remember, Schmiegel didn't even know what little Harvey was talking about when he said he sent him over a bottle of champagne. Go back and watch the video. Remember, it's all in Schmiegel's face.
Jimmy Calandra don't know me. He didn't know John Gotti, and at the time, he didn't know Sammy the Bull. What is it with these rats claiming they know me and John Gotti when they don't?
Okay, I'm going to tell you. It goes back to up until about a little bit over a year ago, there was no pushback. The rats could just make up any lie they want, and everybody just went along with it. Dates didn't matter, nothing mattered, but this matters. I love it.
What is it with these rats and me with sit-downs that never happened? Jimmy Calandra claims after shooting Michael Hamster, I sat down for him. I first learned of the shooting of Mike Hamster after I was incarcerated. I'm sure the warden did not let me out in order to come to the aid of Jimmy Calandra.
I love that he said that right there, all right? He was accused of how many murders, but they let him, wait, maybe the sit-down was in prison.
Rats, the dates, right? At the time of these beyond ridiculous stories, I was already incarcerated. I knew Paulie Galino. Paulie was a good kid. These other kids from this Bath Avenue crew, Jimmy Calandra, Joey Calco, Tommy Reynolds, I did not know. Fabrizio I met in USB Allenwood. Fabrizio introduced himself to me, stating, you don't remember me, I was 15 years old and I met you in a pizzeria. Now that is believable, not stating he met me in some expensive restaurant with John Gotti and sending me over expensive bottles of champagne.
Exactly.
It's possible Jimmy Calandra was sitting in that pizzeria next to Fabrizio when I sent them over our pizza, but I don't even remember the incident. Like Fabrizio said, you don't remember me, and if Jimmy Calandra was there, I don't remember him.
Like I said, refer to the Schmiegel video. If you don't believe me or believe this, just look at Schmiegel's face. He had no idea what little Harvey was talking about.
Seriously, Tommy Pitera.
I guess he figured a couple of months went by, and he could just sneak this by everyone. But no, that's not the case. Because there's always going to be people like me out there to expose the YouTube lying informants. Okay, there you have it. I just don't understand. What would make Vidal Sassoon, after all the shit that he went through, from lying about Tommy Karate, all the bullshit he went through, what would make him come out today and put that video out? It just makes no sense. The only thing I can think of is, I guess he's feeling left out because Ratalata is the new boss of the Rat Squad. Vidal Sassoon has not been around at all. I guess he feels left out. So, he just figured I'll come on YouTube and I'll just tell a Tommy Karate lie, maybe? Is it a cry for attention? I don't know. You guys tell me. But there you have it. Have a great day. I'll talk to everyone later. Thank you.
What you did was right. It's for the rats. The one that stabbed their main